Hello, loan officers. This is Todd Scrima, and I am CEO of Summit Funding. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I want to do a little bit longer video to help fill in the gaps and help some things make some sense so you have some context and some education about how Summit Funding views the industry and how we run things here. First of all, it's an honor to be talking to you. You're probably receiving this video because you've interviewed with a branch manager or a regional vice president or someone of that sort with Summit. The biggest mistake that I see people make in changing companies is they don't really know the company and they don't know if it fits them. So I'm going to go through a myriad of details and break them into 4 major categories and just tell you how we do things and see if it's something. If you watch this and you think, gosh, you know, that's a company that I might want to work for, then you would take that next step. If it doesn't sound like it's something that you're interested in, then, you know, that's okay too. But what's important is joining a company is a relationship, and different companies fit different people. So I'm going to break this down into 4 different categories. I always think of business in 4 different colors. I think of them as green as a color like money. That all has to do with money. Secondly is blue, which is strategically, what is your goal? You know, are you a refinance company? Are you a purchase-driven company? Things like that. Strategic ideas around the company. Next is operations, which is red. And last but not least is culture. What's the culture like? That's a yellow color to me. And so I'm going to give you some context about each one of these things. It's going to be a lot of different details, but I hope that it gives you an idea of, hey, is this a company that I would want to work for and interview with or not? So let's start out with some money things. So first of all, Summit's been nicknamed the team company. I started the company 20 years ago, and I always, my claim to fame is that I knew how to run teams. And so I did a lot of personal production, and I did it through having a bunch of assistants. So we believe in that strongly, and that's something that you'll see come about, because I don't believe that you can do this business anymore without assistants. It's okay if you don't have one now, but if you work here, you'll find that almost all of our loan officers have assistants. So I'll cover that in a little bit. Summit leads the nation for units closed per loan officer for a nationwide company. So we're very proud of that. We attribute that not to our great sales skills, but because we have time to sell, because we have team. Our average loan officer this year will make $277,000 on their W-2. So it's a group of high income earners. To me, if you want to learn how to get better, you got to work for someone that's better. Our average loan officer that's been in coaching for 5 years or more makes just shy of $400,000. And we have 10 people in the company that will make a 7-figure income. And so a lot of what attracts people to Summit is the team concept, and what the team concept allows you to do is to make more money and save more money so that you can truly build wealth. So that's a big thing for our company. It's a big cornerstone for us. We're 5-10 years ahead of any company. We've been working in teams for 20 years. So it's just the culture. We have training programs for them. I'll share with you a little bit how we do teams. Let's talk about products, because that's a hot topic these days. Summit Funding is a true seller servicer. I'll cover some of that later, but obviously we do conventional FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, and non-QM loans. We'll service any loan in order to close a loan for a borrower. And so in underwriting, if we need to service that loan, the underwriters know what characteristics that means. About 17% of our loans we can't sell to investors. And so being a true seller servicer, which there's about companies like us, there's maybe 10 of us in the nation, there's very few. And it really allows you to do a lot more deals. No credit score loans. I'm going to get a little more detailed. We'll do no credit score loans. 203K loans are all done in-house. All the draws are in-house. We service all those loans. We do disaster loans. So like FHA 203Hs when there's disasters in certain areas. Very few companies do those. We do a lot of escrow holdbacks. So we will always do an escrow holdback in order to close a loan. We probably average 100 a month. I mean, it's a lot in order to make sure that the loan closes on time. But we don't brag about this a lot, but we do manufactured homes. We do bank statement programs. We have a true doctor loan. Our jumbo investors are Chase, Wells, Redwood, Elite, Associated, and Everbank. So there's a few others, but those are the main ones. We're very aggressive in the jumbo market, especially on niche products like bank statement programs and things like that, because that's really an area where currently, when I'm recording this in September 2016, there's not a secondary market for jumbo loans. And so being really good at the niche stuff is really how you'll get business from the realtors out there. Let's talk about benefits. So we have full medical, dental, vision. short and long-term disability, life insurance, 401k plan. And so there's a full wide range of offerings. I think, most companies do offer those things, but I like to touch on that because some companies don't. Let's talk about the team, because this has to do a lot with how you make money. We've got a loan partner 1. They help set all your appointments, kind of a secretary for the team. We have a loan partner 2. They're all licensed. They help you take loan applications and manage the pipeline, which that position in and of itself does a lot for loan officer enjoyment. You have a lot more time to sell, but man, it's a game changer when you have someone helping you imagine you're in Hawaii for a week and someone's back taking 8 loan apps that week. It's a game changer for every loan officer that comes here. We have a dialer that sets appointments for you, so they literally make 100 phone calls a day and set up appointments with realtors and builders and people like that. Call your past clients. We have junior loan officers, which are and we have junior loan officers and also a position what we call mortgage loan apprentice. So these are people that you have a team. This is when you have an established team, and we're building those people into your team. Eventually, those people, a lot of them become their own loan officers, but it's a several-year program, and you get to mentor these people, and you make money from them. So our goal is that for the experienced teams, they have enough junior loan officers and mortgage loan apprentices where they actually don't have any expense for their team, or they actually make a profit. So, on the whole assistant thing, I will tell you this: if you don't want to have an assistant, don't work at Summit Funding. It's okay if you don't have one now, because that's what we're good at teaching you. But 88% of our loan officers have assistants, and the only ones that don't are the ones that are juniors or they're mortgage loan apprentices. They're on teams themselves. So that's a big thing. When you talk about who to go to work for, if you don't want to build team, it does take several years to learn how to do it. But if you don't want to do that, we're probably not the right company. Let's talk about servicing. Servicing's created a lot of business for us because your picture is on the statement along with your contact information, your direct line, and your email to all of your past clients. We also do trigger alerts, so every time a past client credit report is ran on them, you get an email alert, and you can call them and usually get their refinance or their next purchase. It's a huge program. And then we also have some special discount programs that we offer past clients for coming back to us, which really encourages them to stay in touch with us. It's like an annuity for your business. It's really the only type of annuity that we can have in this business. And that's one of the main reasons that we service. Let's talk about some strategic ideas, changing gears here. I said that we're in business 20 years. We're privately owned. I own 80% of the company. Rick Ruby is my business partner. We also own the core together. I'll talk about that later. We own the company and we run the company, and it's a lot of fun. It's been sheer joy for me for 20 years, and I really mean that. We kind of fly under the radar. So when you talk about strategy, last year we were number 30 in the nation for units closed per private mortgage lender. This year we'll do about $4 billion in mortgage loans, but we're very BMW-ish. We are not for everybody. We don't want to be the biggest. We just want to be the best. And hopefully that will come more and more clear as we go through this. Our long-term vision, our 5-year vision, is to have 300 loan officers closing 10 loans a month. We're halfway to that goal. Our number of loan officers, we have 222 loan officers. And so our production level, we'll do with 222 loan officers, we'll do the same production as most companies that have 600 or 700 loan officers. So that's all because of the team. It's not necessarily because we're better at sales. It's because of the team and the coaching that we have. We want every loan officer, this is a vision for every loan officer, is that every single loan officer will retire debt-free with at least $2 million in the bank. It's just a message that we send all the time because we believe that one of the reasons you work is so that we can build wealth, not so we can buy Ferraris and stuff. We want to really build wealth. We have we're in 38 states with 90 locations. So we're not the biggest company in the world and we're not the smallest. And we really see that nationally what you have is you have about 800 mortgage bankers that do about $1 billion or less in mortgage loans. You've got about 10 or 15 companies that are, 3 to 7 billion. And then you've got the bigs, I call them, about 10 or 15 bigs, like Wells Fargo Retail, B of A Retail, Quicken Home Loans, Caliber, bigger companies that do, 10 plus billion, 8 plus billion a year. We like being that middle person. We enjoy that spot. It makes us nimble. We can change fast, but yet we're big enough to service loans and have all the great investors and offer the CRMs and all those things that cost so much money that a lot of the smaller firms can't provide. Our clients are our employees first, our referral accounts second, which is the builders and realtors who send us business. And last but not least is the borrower. Our philosophy is if we really do a great job taking care of the employee and it's easy to do loans and they're fast and quick underwriting and less conditions and all that, that the referral account, the realtor and the builder are going to be happy. And we find that when the loan officer and the realtor are happy, the borrower's 98% of the time happy. And we have statistical proof to that, and I'll go over that in a minute. So that's how we think about the company. As far as some attributes that we want in loan officers, so I want someone with an unusual amount of drive. You know, you're one of these people that wake up on a Sunday morning to make a checklist of things to do. You're just a driven, energetic person. Number two, very positive and happy. We don't do well with grumpy people. We're very happy. And sometimes people in our industry are kind of grumpy, and I don't get it because we're in such a great industry. Number three, strong learning-based mindset. You really want to learn. You like stuff like that. You're attracted to reading books and coaching and things like that. Number four, a desire to develop a large income and build wealth. I don't say that so that you can brag about yourself or that you can say that you're the best. We do it because if you've got 40 hours to work, let's do the best we can. We're 100% commission sales. I mean, let's really do the best we can. Very basic philosophy. A lot of people don't think of it that way. Number five, you're charitable. You want to give back to people. You want to give back to your employees. You want to develop new young loan officers. You want your LP1 to become an LP2. You want to give time to your community. You want to give money to your church. It's important to us. It's something that runs through us. Number six is high energy. A lot of people visit our offices and they're like, Todd, you have an amazing culture. It's like everyone's on a 3-beer buzz. And I think that that's because we hire people who have really good energy. Number seven, they want to grow a team and they want to learn to delegate. Big one. Number eight, purchase focus. We want loan officers that are 70% or more purchase. Number nine, they're coachable. You really know you don't have it all figured out and you know that you're broken and you need some help to get to the next level. That's not, shouldn't be embarrassing. It should be just a reality because nobody knows anything. I learn every single day of my life. And number 10, respectful. You have a high respect level for people. You appreciate people when they do good things for you. You're very appreciative of the realtors when they send you business and you make $3,000 on a loan. You're respectful. You're appreciative. Loan officers, as far as volume wise, we're really good at taking that 4, 5, 6 loan a month loan officer and doubling them and then doubling again in a couple years. That's what we're really good at. That's what I want to say it's secret sauce. That's what our success level is that. We have people here that started out doing, 3 loans a month and now they do 30. People who started out doing 10 loans a month and now they're doing 40. I mean, we're really good at developing people. That's our strength. Let's talk about some operations. So some statistics. As I said, we lead the nation in units closed per loan officer. We're really good at it. We'll close $4 billion this year, number 30 in the nation last year. We have $2.6 billion in servicing, which is about 14,000 home loans. Zero debt. We're a true seller servicer, 38 states, 90 locations. 80% of our business is purchase, which is very abnormal because the industry has been 60 to 80% refi the last several years. 88% of our loan officers have teams. 71% of our loan officers are professionally coached, either by the core or by what we call Summit Coaching. Summit Coaching is another coaching program just like the core. The core charges $27.50 a month to be professionally coached. We charge our internal loan officers, I think it's $350 a month. So it's 1/10 almost of what we would charge. And we get our top producers to coach to coach you. And it's amazing. It's amazing what happens when you're on a coaching call and you've got a coach that say is closing 25 loans a month and you're closing 8 and you got 2 other people in your similar position and all the competition and all the forms that we use, all of a sudden it's hard to describe. I've never seen someone go into coaching and not do great. They all double, triple, quadruple. It takes time, but what we're doing with coaching is you're growing your skill set. You're expanding your skill set. A lot of people want to close 20 loans a month and they have the desire to do that, but if you don't have the skills to do it, you're not going to be able to do it. I was the worst at this. I can remember back as a loan officer, closed about 10 loans a month, working 70 hours a week, and I just couldn't figure it out. I didn't know how to hire. I didn't know how to delegate. I didn't know that I didn't have to answer my phone at 8 o'clock at night. I didn't know that I didn't have to take loan apps on weekends if I had loan application times in my schedule. I just didn't know all these things. And so as you go through this, what you're going to find, sorry, my computer just went blank on me. What you're going to find is that there is a tremendous amount of value and fun and new appreciation for the business that comes when you're in some sort of coaching program and you've got all these connections. It's really fun. Here's a big one. 94% of our loans close on time. Year to date, 95% close smooth. We are so good operationally, it's ridiculous. I will share with you in a minute how we measure that. Appraisals are all done in-house. We have our own appraisal management department. We do not use AMCs unless it's a loan that's properties in a far away location where we don't have appraisers. Some keys to our process: we have one underwriting lead and one closing lead for every single branch. They speak to your ops manager every single day on a video conference call for 15 minutes and in a meeting we call huddles. And what that allows them to do is all the work gets prioritized. There's not a bunch of emails and voicemails that go around. Everything funnels through the ops manager. She's got a team of 2 people that take care of everything. Sometimes our closers and underwriters are in the branch, and sometimes they're not. Depends on the branch size. We have daily loan committees. So you got a tough deal. Underwriter says, I can't see it. The underwriting manager says, I can't see it. You can literally speak to the head of risk every single day if you want to at 2 o'clock Pacific time. There's a process around that, and you can fight for your deal. And I'll tell you, we get about 50%. We track it. It's right around 50% of the time. We are able to get that deal done that people didn't think we're able to get done. So we're very aggressive on that. But what that it does for you is you don't have to go a week without getting something resolved. In a day. Okay. We're 1 day in underwriting. Twice in 20 years. We've been longer than that. We're really focused on turn times. It's a big, big thing for us. I know a lot of companies these days are 6 days in underwriting, 4 days in underwriting, 9 days in underwriting. We don't have any of that. We work on that a lot, and we just been doing it a long time, and we know how to do it. We focus on fast closings for efficiency. Now, a lot of loans can't close that fast. We have 23% of our loans year to date close in less than 17 calendar days. And so we're able to close very quickly when you need to. And then on average, our average mortgage loan closes in 30 days, month in and month out. And most of that's just because, you have 45-day contracts, 60-day contracts, and people just can't close sooner. So let's talk about marketing just for a second, because that has to do with operations. We have an excellent marketing department. It blows people away. We're nationally branded, so that helps. Your branch and your LO websites are directly linked to Encompass, so all that stuff is easily accessible and downloaded automatically into Encompass. We use Encompass Banker as a software. Branded and compliant turnkey online store offerings such as printed materials, promotional merchandise, lunch and learns, any other kind of events and materials. You'd be shocked at how much is in our library. Literally, you put your name on it and print it. Marketing department will customize any marketing pieces that you have, so that's a big piece. The CRM is fully tied into Encompass, so that as you like all of your core forms are automated. If you're in the core, it's very slick. You have to do the tutorial to really visually see it, but we work very hard on that, and it's awesome. Fully automated social media. So we'll show you how we do that. We use a lot of video technology. We believe in a lot of leverage. So using videos to get your point across as clients go through the process is a big thing that we do. Some other, I said we use Encompass Banker. For emails, we use Outlook, if you're used to that. And our CRM is totally built into everything. So that's a little bit about operations. It's hard in a quick video to cover all this stuff, but I just want to give you a feel for how we do things. I grew up as a retail mortgage banker, and for 20 years I've ran this company. For 15 years I started the core with Rick and Rita, and I literally just take everything from top producers across the nation that I've coached for 15 years and I put it into the company. And so that's why you see us being the kind of BMW-ish type company, is because we work so hard on those things. Let's talk about culture. Our culture is very simple. We have 3 rules. 1 is do the right thing. 2 is excellence in everything we do. And 3 is show people you care. So All three of those things, we're not excellent at everything, but the goal is to be excellent. And so it's constant, never ending improvement. Treating people the way you want to be treated, showing people you care. Guys, we're in a relationship business. It's never been more so that way. I know everyone wants to think that, would like to think we could post something on social media and get 8 loans, and it just doesn't work that way. Those are all good tools, but at the end of the day, we're in a relationship business, and how we treat each other internally and externally, how we treat our clients, that's everything. How we measure. So this is under culture because it's important. I mentioned our live and die report. It measures every single loan, whether it closed on time or whether and did it close smooth. 94% and 95% is where we're at year to date on those things. So every time we close a loan, the borrower rates us. We have almost a 50% response rate. We get very good feedback. It's very Uberish, if that makes sense. Those same automated emails go to the realtor or to the builder or whoever referred us the loan. And then the loan officer ranks, hey, on this loan, how did Summit Funding do? Very quick. It literally takes 5 seconds. And then we track that. So if something's not going right, we pretty much know immediately, literally within a day or two. And that is important because if you know something's wrong or something's not going right, not all the time is a realtor going to call you and say, hey, I don't think you did a good job on this loan. But they'll fill out a 5-second survey, and then you'll get the information as well as we will, and you'll be able to follow up on it. Or I can follow up and say, hey, Joe, I'm sorry that we disappointed you. How can we make it right? That's the key. Everyone makes mistakes, but it's how you follow up on them that makes all the difference. And that allows you to keep accounts for a long time. A lot of loan officers really struggle with that. They don't have a feedback system, so they don't know that they're screwing up or that they're being viewed in a negative manner by the account. So to summarize culture, we're very team-based, very team-based. I hope I've made that clear. We're very structured. You can do 3, 4, 5 loans a month without structure. After that, guys, you're going to have to get structured. You're going to have to grow your business skills so that you can be very structured, very time-blocked. And it doesn't mean you're not having fun. A lot of people hear structure. A lot of salespeople say, structure. What you'll learn quickly is it's the key to your life. It's the key to taking lots of vacations. It's the key to leaving at 5 o'clock. It's the key to everything. And people development, that's the other thing. So we have coaching programs on coaching programs. We have developmental programs on developmental programs. We believe that a loan partner 1 needs to be a loan partner 2. We believe that, if a loan officer wants to be a branch manager someday, we want to get you there. If we believe that the junior underwriter should be an underwriter, and we have a lot of success with that. So everything in our company is kind of built on that pyramid scheme where people are constantly going up the ladder. And we like that. I think you develop people and you develop the company. Some things to conclude on. We don't hire a lot of loan officers. So we hire about 25 loan officers a year. We have a very high retention rate, so we hardly lose anyone. We're proud of that. We also don't want to grow too fast. Remember what I said, guys. We don't want to be the biggest. And I know companies say that. We've proven that over the course of several years. We could be a lot larger. We could open a lot more branches. We just choose not to. We believe in quality over quantity. But yet once we get someone in our system, we pour into them. And we want to make sure that they are just on fire and that the promises that we made when we went through the interview process, that you're actually achieving those goals. We're very strong culture on getting better. I mentioned that. Hopefully that's clear. Some people, that's not them. They don't set goals because they're afraid of disappointing themselves, as an example. That's okay. It just means you wouldn't be a fit for Summit. We believe that a loan officer needs to save a lot of money. I mentioned $2 million. We have a lot of people with net worths higher than that. But it's not so that we can be egotistical. It's just that you're working so that we can develop wealth, so you can create a legacy for your family and your children. So we believe that strongly. That's a big thing with us. We love to develop young people into different positions. So we know that the average loan officer is over 50 years old. We're developing the next generation, and there's a lot of programs that we have in place to do that. So we're excited about that. I also own the core, so that's a natural attraction. A lot of realtors want to get on the core program, and so it gives you so many tools to give to a realtor. I can't tell you. You want an audio CD or an MP3 or a handout, or how to grow a team, or how to get more listings, anything like that. Guys, we've got so much to give you. We've got full-time people back at the core. All they do is serve Summit Funding loan officers. So it's a tool that's hard to discuss because you don't know what's available, but once you start seeing it, It's unbelievable. Some ways to get more information. Our website is summitfunding.net. So you can go on our website. I think much better than that is our YouTube channel. So we have hundreds of videos on YouTube, everything from how to sell to how we process a loan to how we underwrite, just hundreds of them. If you go onto YouTube and you type in Summit Smarts, all one word, Summit Smarts, you'll get a channel. And then the other channel that we use is called Summit Funding Inc., INC, Summit Funding Inc. If you type in those channels, you'll get literally hundreds of videos. And you can do more research and say, hey, is this a company that I might want to align with? To me, there's 3 reasons why someone would contact us. Number one, you kind of feel stuck. A lot of producers outgrow where they're at. And it's very emotional and hard to admit that. But it's kind of like the first day where you're on the phone with your parents as an adult and you start giving them advice instead of them giving you advice. That happens in business. Some of you just outgrow your companies you're at. Number 2, you're driving a Ford Taurus and you really want to drive a BMW. You really want the tools and the skills in order to make you more successful. And you're just not going to find it where you're at. Again, very emotional to admit, very hard, but oftentimes that would be a reason to contact us. And then number 3 is pretty basic. You have a strong desire to close 10 plus loans a month. You really want to be that great producer and you want to do it in a team environment. That would be another great reason to call us. 3 things that we want. I want leaders that are driven. I want leaders that are coachable. And I want leaders that love to help others. I love people when I ask them, hey, why are you doing this? And they look at me with that gaze in their eye and they say, I just love to help people. That's what we're all about. We're in a people business. It's fun. My email, if you want to contact me, is tscrima@summitfunding.net. So tscrima@summitfunding.net. You can call my direct line. That number is 916-571-3001. I probably wouldn't be the person calling you back initially because what we would do is put you to the appropriate person, whoever manages that area. They'll do a phone interview. And after a questionnaire and a phone interview and what we call a pre-hire package, if you really are still interested, we'll fly you to the corporate office and we spend a day together under a system called Red Carpet Day. And we literally show you soup to nuts, every single process, how we do everything from marketing to underwriting. And it's just a great day. It's just a really, really good education. So that is the process. So guys, reach out. You got nothing to lose. If what I said resonates with you, shoot me an email, call back whoever sent you this link, and get that discussion going, and just explore and say, hey, what if? What if? And everything. There are good risks and bad risks, but there's no risk that you can take that is a bad risk if you're going to educate yourself and find out what else is out there. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some color. And thanks for listening. It's an honor to talk to you, and I hope we get to meet in person. Thanks. Make it a great day.